Hey besties, it's your girl Sheridan S. Davis, your favorite church girl influencer, and I'm back with yet another video. It's not that I don't want you here. It's something about the way you stare. What's up besties? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Welcome to another video. First of all, how y'all doing? Okay, so on Wednesdays, I definitely want to talk about reality TV. I'm not trying to go into no full-blown reviews. That's probably not going to be my thing unless I'm inspired to chorus. But today, and y'all just took my lashes off, but y'all see my makeup? Like, I just wanted to do like a little neutral beat just because I had my hair done and I felt pretty. But anyway, I was supposed to have this video up about 6 hours ago, but I had family time, so I had to push this back. So I want to talk to you guys about the Real Housewives of Potomac. And I'm so glad that online we are having a discussion about the Real Housewives of Potomac that is very real. And that discussion is around the topic of colorism. This past week on Real Housewives of Potomac, we see Giselle, the Green Eyed Bandits, Giselle and Robin, physically yelling and insulting Wendy for a reason it seemed that we did not know. They were having their, basically what Jackie Christie calls a Ponderosa. And but I think Dr. Wendy called it a burn session. And they were supposed to be getting all their issues out on the table. So as all these reality TV people do, let's get out our issues on the table before we go out of town. Like, anyway, Robin writes down her little issues with Dr. Wendy, but they're not. She literally says, "You and I are like oil and water. We don't mix." Girl, first of all, let's pause and say this about Robin. One of my issues with Robin is I think she thinks she's a little bit more powerful than she is. No one cares if they're not your friend. Literally, no one at all. Robin, we're not cool. Girl, don't nobody care. It made me think about on last season of this show when when Robin decided to come to Giselle's defense, and Wendy chewed her up and spit her out and was like, "Are you in a real relationship or whatever?" And she was like, "Well, I know who I'm not invited to my wedding." Girl, what wedding? And I said that then, and now I know I was even more right. What wedding? She's always trying to leverage invitations to stuff, and girl, everything you do is mediocre, so we do not care. We don't care if we're not invited to your non-existent wedding. Y'all not getting married, girl. I would be surprised if y'all getting married. So the real issue she had with Dr. Wendy, though, is she said, "You're painting me out. You're trying to paint me out to be some thug. I did not attack you." Bravo shows us the footage where Dr. Wendy and Robin are getting into it, and Robin is up on her feet charging at Dr. Wendy. What did that mean? If we are having an argument and you stand up, to me that feels like you ready to attack me. So what did that mean? Even so much to the point where Sharice stands up and like backs Robin up, which Sharice is saying she didn't do that, and we see it, y'all. So this has sparked yet again on this show a colorism debate, because people are feeling like the ladies are colorists. No, it's not colorism. They just wrong. Let me explain something about colorism to y'all, because I don't think y'all understand what colorism is. First of all, I'm gonna have the definition on the screen. Okay, I don't think y'all understand what colorism is. Colorism is akin to racism, okay? With racism is not just about a person doing a thing. If racism is anywhere, racism is everywhere. So it's not enough just to say this person is a racist. No, racism literally is systematic. It shows up in every area of our lives, whether we know it or not. Okay, it shows up in your food. What do I mean by that? It literally costs more in the United States to be healthy than it is to be to not eat healthy. Why is that? Because disproportionately there are more black people, not numbers wise, average wise, between underneath the poverty line. People literally cannot afford in this country to be healthy, and then we berate them. Okay, then we berate the poor for having high blood pressure, diabetes, and things of that nature, and tell them they need to get up and exercise when it was designed for them to not be able to afford to be healthy. We berate them when people who are beneath the poverty line die and people have to raise money for their funerals, and we say y'all should have had life insurance when you literally cannot get life insurance if you are unhealthy, if you are obese. I am obese. If I were obese and a certain age as well, they're not approving me for life insurance. And so it's not all the time that people are being negligent or etc. They cannot afford to live or die. Environmental racism is a thing. More black kids and brown kids are going to have asthma than other kids. Why? Because towers and such are in the black and brown neighborhoods, whereas suburban folks get to breathe better air. These are facts. This is not conjecture. Okay? And so racism doesn't always look like somebody calling you an N word as you walking up the street. That is a form of racism. But every day, if you live in America, you are dealing with racism, whether you are conscious of it or not. If y'all understand that, please put that in the comments. I understand. Okay? Likewise with colorism. It bothers my spiritualizations when I see black people saying, I haven't dealt with colorism. Okay? Just like with racism. If colorism is somewhere, colorism is everywhere. It is not only, oh, I don't date dark skins. Which I hate that y'all starting to say dark skins instead of dark skinned people. Not dark skins. What is wrong with y'all? Or light skins. That's crazy. But anyway, it's not, it goes beyond your preference. Although that word, honey, yeah, y'all driving me up a wall with the preferences. And especially as a dark skinned black woman, at this point, when I see men who are colorists, if there are things that happen to you, I'm sitting it out. I let your preference fight for you. And that's that on that. It goes beyond preference and who you choose to date and or mate with, although that thinking is a part of colorism, right? It goes beyond that. It is systematic, okay? Just like children with adoptions, orphans, the least likely or the least likely person to be adopted is a black, dark-skinned boy. These are facts, not conjecture. The criminalization of dark skin. In our films and cinematography, the villain is dark or black. These are things that are done on purpose. So there are unconscious biases that are everywhere and it's systematic. Do these unconscious biases live on the set of Real Housewives of Potomac? They do. I see it, and I'm glad that everyone else is seeing it as well. Do I think that Ashley or Robin or any of those ladies are consciously saying negative things about dark skinned women? Not necessarily, but the fact that it's subconscious that y'all are behaving in this manner shows that it's colorist, just like racism. If it's somewhere, it's everywhere. So stop saying I've never dealt with colorism. No, you've never consciously had somebody say you black, such. But colorism is everywhere all the time. Among our group, colorism is everywhere. Okay, how you might be treated differently because you're darker, or how you are emphatic about saying I'm brown skin, not dark skin. Colorism, self hate. Okay. My issue with Real Housewives of Potomac is this: Real Housewives of Potomac is set up to protect the interests of Giselle Bryant, um, who is our Dean Big Sister Almighty of this show. Giselle, it is crazy to me how whenever people are about to preference her lack of style or sometimes her behavior, they start out by saying, Giselle, you're a beautiful woman, and then go in on her. They don't do that to Dr. Wendy. They don't do it to Candace. They didn't do it to Monique. They don't do it to Sharice. Giselle, though, you're beautiful. But it's weird. Those other ladies are gorgeous. It's weird, most of them. My issue with Real Housewives of Potomac, producers, why didn't y'all show the footage in scene of Robin coming towards Wendy in an aggressive manner? Furthermore, why does Robin become a Karen and get to play herself as the victim even though she bucked up against Dr. Wendy? Because that colorism privilege, pretty privilege, was coming alive. She's a Karen. She's a Karen, and so is Giselle. We saw Giselle be a Karen on Monique's last season of this show. Can you make him sit down? Ain't that what she said to Chris? Karens. Not to be confused with the grand dame Karen. But they're Karens. I am so glad that Juan Dixon isn't here right now. Is he at home while he's dealing with this scandal going on? Let's say a prayer for them. The playing field is not leveled between dark-skinned people and light-skinned people on this show. And in life, it's not leveled. Ashley literally called Dr. Wendy in her first season on this show ferocious. That's how you describe an animal. Yet Ashley has been in a bunch of folks' fakes talking cash crap to people, but she called her ferocious. Robin says, you're not going to paint me as a thug. And I would argue with Robin that Dr. Wendy, even if Wendy was going around saying people had to hold her back from coming to me, first of all, that's true. But secondly, Dr. Wendy didn't paint you as a thug. That's what you are. From what we see, that's an opinion. It's not slander, it's opinion. We have seen you charge at Ashley. We have seen you charge at Monique with your umbrella. Because don't forget this, all in Ashley's face. We have seen you get up and charge Dr. Wendy. Who else you charging at? I would endeavor to say that while y'all were so angry at Monique for putting hands on Candace, the actual most aggressive person on this show was not Monique. It was Robin, and is Robin. Robin cannot control her emotions. She charges at people for fun and for sport. The Green Knight Bandits yell at grown woman Dr. Wendy Osefo because she had the nerve to call them out on their behavior. That pretty privilege, that that colorism privilege could not handle that. And I'm sure that Giselle and even Karen and Ashley and Robin will say, as they have said, that colorism is an issue on the show. But I would endeavor to tell you this. First of all, yes, it is. And shout out to OG from Basketball Wives, because she started the conversation that we can all feel free to admit and spot colorism when we see it on these television shows. It's always been there. We just are now open to have the conversation. I would endeavor to tell you this. As a Black woman, if I say I'm having an experience with racism, a white person cannot tell me, no, you're not. No, they're not racist. No, I'm not racist. You don't get to define what racism is for me. Just as a dark-skinned woman, two dark-skinned women on this platform, Candy and Dr. Wendy, have been very clear that they feel that they are experiencing the effects of colorism. You who are in closer to proximity of whiteness do not get to tell them, no, it's not. You benefit from it. You do. I am tired. I want them to spread the playing field out. If Robin, stop trying to protect Giselle, producers, just like y'all did when Monique and her husband were on stage and Giselle allegedly started screaming, F y'all, during the reunion. Y'all did not air that. Y'all aired her being quiet. And she gets on Carlos King's podcast the other week and says, well, I didn't respond because I know I didn't have to respond to her. Nothing she said was true. But Giselle, the people said you had a meltdown on the stage. That's what happened. That's what the people said. So they protect Giselle. They didn't show the footage, I believe, to protect Robin. But y'all don't mind showing other people's aggressive moments. And by other people, I mean dark-skinned people. So y'all comment below. Because I feel that if colorism is anywhere, colorism is everywhere. That is what I feel about colorism and racism. These are systematic things. It's not just, oh, this person is a colorist. Yeah, you can be a colorist, but colorism is everywhere and you benefit from colorism. And the fact that y'all aren't even open to seeing that or admit that tells me even further that you're for sure colorist. Anyway, let me know what y'all think below. It's your girl Sheridan S. Davis, and if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you hit the notification bell button as well so y'all know when I upload a new video, and subscribe. Thank y'all for watching. Y'all be easy in these color streets. Have a good day. I'll post another video on Saturday, a story time. Have a good day.